If you've ever wanted to make your own glitter tumbler, but you felt overwhelmed by the glitter, by the epoxy, or getting that smooth glass-like finish, then this tutorial is for you. Welcome back to Creative Fabrica. This is your beginner's guide to glitter tumblers. Today we're creating a beginner-friendly glitter tumbler from start to finish using simple techniques that anyone can follow. I'm going to walk you through the entire process, including prepping your tumbler, applying glitter with an even coverage, sealing your design, and sharing tips to help you avoid some of the most common mistakes that beginners can make. Glitter tumblers are one of the most popular customizable projects right now because they can be customized for virtually any occasion, style, or recipient. Whether you're making one for yourself, as a gift, or even to sell, learning the fundamentals will help you build confidence and create beautiful cups. So gather your supplies and let's go ahead and start crafting. So we're going to be starting off with a 20-ounce stainless steel skinny tumbler, and you can see it's kind of smooth. We don't want that because we want our epoxy to fully adhere to our cup, so there's no risk of it peeling off. So you can see how smooth it is. We're just going to go in with some sandpaper and just scuff it up. That way the epoxy has something to adhere to and kind of really grab onto, and that way our epoxy is going to hold a lot better than if we would have left this completely blank. So scuff that up until you can see visible scratch marks all over, and then we're going to just take some alcohol or some acetone, and you want to completely wipe it clean because we don't want any metal shavings getting in the way and kind of making it a little dusty for our epoxy to adhere to. So get that cleaned up. And now here's the glitter that we're going to be using. It's called Thrive, and it's a really pretty iridescent blue. Now the issue is, if you can see, if we put this on just the silver, it's going to take a lot of layers of glitter for that to fully show the blue color. So we're going to paint the base coat as this really pretty blue that's really similar to our blue Thrive glitter. Now we're doing this just so we have to use way less glitter, and it's going to be a lot quicker in the long run. So go ahead and get that spray painted and then let that fully dry. And now it's time to mix up some epoxy. I'm using a 2-step epoxy from Flynn Sisters Supply Shop. And we're just going to go ahead and do a nice, pretty medium-sized line down the center. And I'm just going to start rubbing that all over my tumbler. Epoxy is self-leveling, so keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be completely perfect. It's okay if you have a little bit more on one side, or either way, just make sure that everything is fully coated. Now we're going to go in with our glitter and give this a very, very hefty layer of glitter. Now we did a very thin layer of epoxy, and that's going to help us avoid any wet spots that are going to peek through our glitter. Because if you either don't put enough glitter on or you don't fully coat it in certain spots, you can tell a difference. It's a visible difference between the more wet looking glitter and the more powdery looking glitter, if that makes sense. So you really want to make sure that you are fully coating this until everything looks the same, essentially. And now it's kind of off frame because I had to do it off the side of the table. However, use parchment paper to roll your glitter on, and that way it packs it down for you, so you use less epoxy overall. Now let that cure with however long your cure time is, and then we're going to go in with our very first layer of epoxy on over top of our glitter. Now if this was a two-toned glitter, I would use a sealant first, like a clear spray paint, but because we do not have that, we're just using one. We're just going to go straight in with epoxy, and then of course go ahead and make sure you are torching your epoxy afterwards. This way any air bubbles or micro bubbles will be popped. We do not want those to seep through. Here is after curing that first layer. You can see it's still a bit rough, and this is completely normal. Now it's too thin for us to go ahead and start sanding over top, so you're going to repeat that epoxy one more time. Exact same way. Get a nice good coat on there, and then use your torch. Let that fully cure. And now it is time for sanding. One of my favorite parts, because you can see how nice and smooth it is. Now here you'll see the end of my cup kind of has a little bit of a higher spot. And this is unfortunately my own fault. I let my turner be not completely level, and sometimes that is something that can happen. So just make sure that your turner is completely level and it won't happen to you. Now you can see at the very top we have a bit of epoxy going over the top rim, and we don't want that. and it's also really hard to sand off. So to make that go quicker, we're just going to take an X-Acto knife and start scraping any of that extra glitter or epoxy that came over the top of the rim. Now we're going to go in with 2 different levels of sandpaper. The first is 240, and you're going to go ahead and clamp that down on that top rim in your hand and start spinning your cup around. This is going to get a very thin layer of stainless steel showing at the very top. I'll try to show it here in a second to get a good zoom in, but it's going to give you a very thin line in order for you to properly seal your epoxy to the top. Now you're going to go ahead and do the same thing at the bottom, except you're not going to go as hard. You're just going to be sanding down any of those rough edges, and then you're going to move on to the rest of the cup and fully sand that smooth as well. Now you might be thinking, why am I doing this in a sink? That's a good question, because I don't want epoxy dust everywhere. It's not good to inhale. It's not safe. So just make sure that you're doing it in water to avoid any of those issues, or make sure that you're wearing a mask. Now it's time for this beautiful decal. I went in with some UV DTF. This stunning artwork is from the graphics section in Creative Fabrica, and it will be linked down below for you. So we're just taking one side, peeling that off, and then cutting off just a little bit. And then we're just going to slowly start wiggling that into place. I like to do this with my thumbs. Luckily with this, when you push it, the backing comes off really, really easily. So you don't have to mess around with that. So I take my thumbs to just push out and smooth it down. UV DTF is very forgiving whenever it comes to like bubbles or anything. So it's very easy to work with, and it gives you a great color payoff as well for something as vibrant and beautiful as this graphic. So after that's all fully smoothed on there, then I'm just going to go ahead and take off all of that transfer tape, and then we can go ahead and work on our very last step, which is one more coat of epoxy. Now this might not be your only coat. You might have to do 2 coats over top of this. If for some reason this coat did not fully cover everything, lightly sand it down. Make sure you don't sand over your decal if there's no epoxy on it. And then you're all done. Your tumbler is completely beautifully done. You can see here I have a little bit of an issue that needs to be sanded over and get one more coat, but for the most part your tumbler is fully finished. And that's it. Your beginner tumbler is complete. I hope this tutorial helped break down the process and showed you that it's not as complicated as it seems. Like any craft, it takes some practice to get used to, but once you understand the basics, then the creative opportunities are endless. Now that you've learned the foundation technique, you can experiment with different colors, different decals, different glitter styles to create tumblers that are completely unique to you. If you enjoyed this project, make sure to head to Creative Fabrica to explore the thousands of resources that can help further all of your crafting projects along. Thank you so much for crafting alongside with me today. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below if you have any questions, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for new crafty videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye.